I've always wanted to get as far away as possible from the place that I was born. Far both geographically and spiritually, to leave it behind.
I took a walk through this beautiful world, felt the cool rain on my shoulder, found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la.
Tangier, it's Morocco. But from 1923 through 1956, it was loosely governed by the major powers, an international zone. For years, it seemed, everything was permitted, nothing was forbidden. At the northern tip of Africa, a short ferry hop from Spain, Tangier was a magnet for writers, remittance men, spies, and artists. If you were a bad boy of your time, you liked drugs, the kind of sex that was frowned upon at home, and an affordable lifestyle set against an exotic background, Tangier was for you. Matisse, Genet, William Burroughs. Many have come this way, staying a while or hanging around. But no one stayed longer or became more associated with Tangier than the novelist and composer Paul Bowles. In works like The Sheltering Sky, he created a romantic vision of Tangier that persists even today, a dream that has become almost inseparable in the minds of many from reality. I'm here to find that dream city, the place Burroughs referred to as Interzone. Tangier, like I said, was a city of expats. People with pasts, people who simply didn't like where they were and craved somewhere and something else. The Grand Soko is the gateway to the Medina, where you could find the Kasbah, which means fortress, by the way. The port of Tangier is to the east, and right in the middle of it all, the Pettiso, what Uncle Bill Burroughs called the last stop, the meeting place, the switchboard of Tangier. Reasons for settling in Tangier diverge, but everyone, sooner or later, since the beginning of memory, comes to Cafe Tingis. Jonathan Dawson came to this city over 20 years ago as a journalist, and he never left. He lives a life not too distant from Burroughs' fantasy. Cake and tea at 4 every day, served by his manservant. He may not have a gazelle, but a pet rooster will do. And every day he makes the rounds of the cafes, seeing all the old faces, ending up sooner or later here.
So this is the Petit Soko?
This is the Petit Soko, yeah. This Soko existed in Phoenician times, it existed in Roman times, it existed in the Portuguese times. The English were here for 22 years. Then the international city until 1956, and now it's completely Morocco. But this is a very historic square, very historic.
As a writer, I've noticed everybody who comes here to do an article does the same article.
Well, it's so damn boring. They all do pole bowls of the Beat Generation. And there are lots of other stories in Morocco apart from that. But everyone likes the beats, Bill Burroughs and all that stuff, and Tennessee Williams, and they were all here.
Yeah.
But that's a small part of Moroccan history. That's a 15-year period. There's a life before that and a life after that. You're here.
Yeah, it was inevitable. Let's pretend that those guys never came. What is this place?
Well, the reality is, if you can read a Paul Bol story and you can live it, and the people do come here and try and live it, but they don't stay very long.
Right.
They smoke a bit of dope and they live in a cheap hotel and they go home with bed bugs.
Right.
That's
And
another
a great
life.
story.
And a great story.
But I mean, the attitude here is different than other parts of Morocco. I think they have a higher tolerance and tradition of bad or outrageous behavior.
They have a higher tolerance of mad people, you know. But the Moroccans essentially are very tolerant people. They quite like madness as well. They kind of celebrate that a bit, you know.
How Moroccan is Tangier?
It's a Moroccan city with a European outlook. You know, you can stand up on the boulevard, you can see Spain and Gibraltar. So you see all sorts of people passing through, but it's a very Moroccan city. I'm 62 years old. I didn't know it in the international days, which finished in 1956. But at that time, I think Europeans may have outnumbered Moroccans in the center of this city. It's not the case now. There are very few Europeans actually living here full time.
The notion of living a life apart, of being somewhere else, there are those who like that feeling. I like that feeling. And then there are those who they may live apart, they may live somewhere else, but they're not entirely comfortable. It's the difference annoys them or is a burden.
It is, and it frustrates them. Some people have to leave home to find their home. I'm one of those people, whereas I didn't feel at home in the country I was born in at all. But here, I feel okay. I feel very, very happy here.
There is indeed something special about this place. Burroughs described the native quarter of Tangier as a maze of sunless, twisting streets filled with blind alleys. Its smell was particularly notable to him, including a mix of hashish, seared meat, and sewage. Tangier, before anything else, is essentially a port city, with all the things that traditionally come with port cities. It's situated at the choke point between the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. The Moroccan coast is a rich fishing ground, and a lot of people make their living from the sea. On shore, they use a method called sen haul fishing, where weighted nets basically drag fish across the bottom of the sea. Some of that fish, the good stuff anyway, ends up here. Le Saveur de Poisson, or Restaurant Populaire, or Popeyes. The place has got a lot of names, but locals and expats alike who've been coming here for years say it's got some of the best tagine in town. Mohammed Belhaj, the owner and head chef, is from the nearby Rif Mountains. And he sources a lot of his stuff, his produce and his greens from there. And he's real proud of them. The back room of the place is dedicated to sorting and drying various herbs, which he blends into a secret mix he claims has all sorts of healthful and boner-inspiring benefits. Look, if every dish I've been told over the years was gonna make me strong worked, I'd have a permanent pup tent going on down there. So I take all that with a grain of salt.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Belhaj's son, Hassan, delivers the food.
This olive. Sorry.
It all starts with fresh olives. They're in season now, and roasted walnuts, some warm, very good bread.
Squishy.
Juice. Is this
Oh yeah, and you get this stuff. Everybody gets it. A pulpy puree of figs, raisins, strawberries,
Drink.
and full of Mohammed's potent herbs and spices, of course.
All the night, 24 o'clock.
Yeah, I get it. It's supposed to make me more manly. You know what? I'm eating. Let's not talk about that, okay, sunshine?
I got a lot. Welcome.
What is a tagine, anyway? It's a traditional Moroccan stew that can include vegetables, meat, or fish. Tonight, baby shark, calamari, and monkfish with fresh mountain spinach. Slowly cooked over charcoal in the classic clay pot that gives it its name, the tagine's dome top is supposed to force the condensation back into the dish and keep it moist and tender.
That's delicious. I think it's these greens and aromatics and herbs. I have no idea what they are. I've never had anything like that. Tangier version of farm to table.
Hi.
Hi.
That's good.
Wow, what's that?
Sorry.
There was grilled the charcoal.
Thank you.
Charcoal.
And a whole turbo, brushed with olive oil, salt and pepper, and some coriander, then grilled perfectly over the coals. Cuddled up next to the fish, tiny shark kebabs. Cute.
Oh, wow. Spectacular. It's good value. All of this for 20 bucks. I think we did a pretty good job on Mr. Fish. That'll teach you. Freaking yummy. It's like that guy when, you're tripping and it goes like this to you.
Hi.
For dessert, strawberries, pine nuts, and honey. Like the whole meal, it's eccentric and delicious.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I haven't had so much fruits and nuts since Altamont. I told Mick, I said, Mick, this is a bad crowd. Get back in the chopper. But he's like, well, no, man, we can't disappoint the fans. Memories.
In Tangier, I lived in one room in the native quarter. I had not taken a bath in a year, nor changed my clothes, or removed them, except to stick a needle every hour in the fibrous gray wooden flesh of terminal addiction. I never cleaned or dusted the room. Empty ampule boxes and garbage piled up to the ceiling. Light and water long since turned off for non-payment. I did absolutely nothing. I could look at the end of my shoe for 8 hours. I was only roused to action when the hourglass of junk ran out. The words of William Seward Burroughs, one of my heroes. He came to Tangier in 1953, shortly after shooting his wife to death in a drunken accident in Mexico City. He was a heroin addict, a homosexual, and an inspiration to those proto-hipsters who came to be known as the Beats. Burroughs, however, was not a hipster. There was nothing beatnik about him. He was a somewhat stuffy, well-dressed St. Louis son of a good family. Gone wrong. He was also, to my mind, the greatest writer of the whole damn bunch. On the road, you can have it. His classic Naked Lunch was written here. A nonlinear, dark, dry-humored, searingly critical, satirical, and profane masterpiece. Burroughs was apparently high for much of the process, on heroin or a locally available prescription opiate called Eucadol. And of course, the daily staple of many in these parts, hashish, kif, and majun. Hashish is the concentrated THC-rich resin of the cannabis plant, as well as varying amounts of its flowers and leaves that have been separated from the buds and compressed into sheet or brick-like form. Kif, a more local and indigenous product, is the part of the plant containing only the strongest concentration of psychoactive ingredients. Majun is a confection made from kif, fruits, nuts, chocolate, and honey. I was, of course, fascinated by this product since reading about it and inquired of some local contacts, who shall necessarily go unnamed. How was it made? This was what I wanted to know. They were kind enough to demonstrate. Kif is first chopped into fine granules and then slowly added to melted butter and chocolate over a low heat to toast it and release the psychotropic goodies within. While the binder element of the majun is slow cooking in the pan, a combination of spices are blended with cashews, almonds, walnuts, and dried fruit. This will be the framework to suspend the THC-laden goodness in the next step. The cannabis-laced butter chocolate is added, along with plenty of honey, to bind together all the ingredients. Then, mix. Last, you roll the entirety of the mixture into a ball and either refrigerate or dig right in. Of course, network standards and practices prohibit me from even tasting this delicious and reportedly mind-altering treat. I'm guessing anyway. So until I see Christian and Wolf doing bong rips in the Situation Room, I will of course abide by these rules. Because that's the kind of guy I am. There is one particular cafe in the heart of the Casbah that has drawn in foreign dignitaries, rock stars, aristocrats, and artists since it opened its doors in 1943. Cafe Baba. Sweet mint tea in a thick, slow-moving haze of smoke. It smells like my dorm room, 1972.
Good evening, hello.
Hi, I'm George.
This is George Bajalia and Zineb Benjaloun.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Welcome to Cafe Baba.
I should say right now, I have no direct knowledge or awareness of either George or Zineb smoking any illegal substances, nor do I have any contemporaneous recollection at this time of me doing anything untoward in their presence. Because that would be like, wrong, dude.
Some tea?
George is here on a Fulbright scholarship, and Zineb is an artist from Rabat. Others in the room, however, well, don't give me that innocent look, you young punks. I know somebody in here smoking reefer.
So, how stoned are people here?
We can ask. Just ask.
You're not getting totally ripped here.
No. It's a functional part of daily life. For a long time, the rest of the country and the government didn't really like Tangier a whole lot because it was seedy. There were these foreigners who came here and did.
The new king is
He likes Tangier.
He likes.
Yeah, it makes money.
He sees it as a future economic superpower, as I understand it. He's talking condos, boutique hotels. Is that good or bad?
For Moroccans, it's work,
Right.
but of course, expats want to keep Tangier like they know it before.
I mean, this cafe is very similar to the way it was, but there's a TV right there.
Flat screen.
And that's why a lot of people come here. They come to watch soccer games.
You can well imagine the American guy who's lived in Tangier for 30 years, okay? He comes in and there's a flat screen TV on the wall. He's like, what the?
Yeah, but
You've ruined the authenticity and integrity. But the Moroccan guy at the next table, he's saying, wait a minute, asshole, you have a flat screen TV at home. I want one too. What's wrong with that?
yeah, there are people here who've probably never heard of Paul Bowles.
Right.
If you only follow that, there's no progression, there's no progress, there's no change.
The thing about Cafe Baba is that just sitting here, taking in the atmosphere, you begin to appreciate the place.
It's something different is happening here.
Contact high. Whoa, I'm hungry. Wait until the Spanish tortilla dude across the street opens for business. This is Abdullah. He specializes in making one thing, and he makes it well. An omelet. Well, it's actually more like a Spanish tortilla, but like stonier. The potatoes are boiled, diced, then mixed with beaten eggs and cooked in a cast iron skillet. Oh yeah, the eggs, the egg man. I am me and we are you, and where's my omelet, dude? Cause I am hungry.
Assalamu alaikum, Asidi. 1, 2, 3.
Abdullah is just waiting for you, right when you come stumbling out of Cafe Baba. Coincidence or not? You be the judge.
Ketchup and mayonnaise, everything.
Ketchup and mayonnaise? Sure, why not? Condiment options I will be hard-pressed to turn down at this precise moment anyway.
A lot of mayonnaise. It's a good munchie.
Dude, that's awesome. I'll have 12 more.
Paul Bowles lived in Tangier for over 50 years, and Sherry Nutting was part of his inner circle near the end of his life. She was his friend, record keeper of sorts, and photographer.
You arrived when?
I came in the 70s, but I went down to Marrakesh. And then in '86, I wrote a letter to Paul Bowles and said I had to meet him and take his picture. And he wrote back and he said, come and visit. Well, I never left.
Like a lot of people came here to live that dream or to live that life. Has the reality come to resemble his perception of the reality, or?
the Tangier that I see is Paul Bowles, and I still see it. I still feel it. You can still find the magic.
The market, or souk in Tangier, is one of the best in all Morocco. The food stalls and vendors are still pretty impressive. Wander the markets long enough and you're sure to stumble across the unexpected. Hooves? Sure. How about a lamb's head? Here, nothing goes to waste. Charbroiled to crispy burnt perfection, the meat is scraped off and served on a crusty lunch bread. Not so adventurous, the Grand Soko's indoor market offers a variety of smoked, cured, and fresh meat.
Smells good in here. The stuff looks good. Oh, I've heard this cheese is amazing.
It's good, yeah.
Could I have one?
A Berber favorite, fresh goat cheese wrapped in palm leaves.
Yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they?
That's good.
Shukran bizarre.
A little cheese, a little flatbread, the perfect Moroccan breakfast to go. We're headed into the Jabala foothills of the Rif mountain range, about 85 kilometers south of Tangier, to a place called Jajuka. The village is home to the people of the Al-Sharif tribe, which loosely translated means the saintly people. Jajuka is also home to one of Morocco's better-known musicians, Bashir Attar. Jazz and rock and roll musicians have traveled from all over the world to Jajuka to meet this guy. Bashir is part of a lineage of master musicians, all from this small mountain village. Famously dubbed as a 4,000-year-old rock band by William Burroughs, Bashir, his son, and these musicians maintain one of the oldest still-living musical traditions on Earth. We're invited for dinner. It's family style, of course, beginning with brewad, like a kefta pocket. Hand-formed envelopes of dough filled with seasoned beef, baked until golden, then crisped in oil.
Oh, we're good for now. Well, one more. Uh-oh, here we go.
The main event, tagine of chicken.
Yeah, welcome, Tony.
Thank you. Just gorgeous.
First, chopped onions, garlic, parsley, and turmeric are blended with olive oil. The bird is generously coated and stuffed. Then, after simmering in a touch of olive oil and water, the chicken is fried till crispy. Served with roasted almonds and olives, paprika, and ginger. Nice.
He smells the food.
Like anywhere else in the Arab world, eating with your hands, always the right one, is proper dining etiquette.
This is special spinach of Jajuka and Hadaki.
It's like wild spinach that grows in the mountains.
Bokala is chopped mountain spinach, garlic, cilantro, hot and black peppers, finished with lemon and olive oil.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yes, I heard you are the greatest taste for a food in the world, man.
I love good food. This is good.
Yeah.
After dinner, some fruit, some mint tea, and let the music begin. For centuries, the master musicians of Jajuka have been the musical choice of the royal families of Morocco. Excused by the country's rulers from manual labor to devote themselves to musical training. powerful style of Sufi trance music has inspired many musical seekers, including most notably perhaps Paul Bowles, who wrote about them and recorded them and spread the word. Brian Jones was here and recorded the Pipes of Pan at Jajuka with these musicians. The word spread, and the master musicians have ended up being featured on albums by Maceo Parker, Ornette Coleman, and the Rolling Stones. For years, if you were a rock god, you had to come here. Dig the crazy percussion and strings and pipes that took you to another place. It's intricate, hypnotic, beautiful. And if you're in the right frame of mind, mesmerizing. Anyone who comes to Tangier inevitably ends up lost in the old part of the city. The Medina is just what you want it to be. The ancient world residing just next to and around the new one. Look. You can walk around inside the movie in your head, play the bogey character you never were, all against an all too willing, all too genuine backdrop. Ordinarily, just about the last thing in the world I'd be interested in doing is antiquing. But buried in the network of twisting, narrow streets of the old city is Boutique Majid, owned and operated and personally curated by this man, Abdelmajid Rais Selfeni.
Hello.
How are you?
And he is one interesting guy.
Thank you.
Coming in.
When he was a little kid back in the 60s, Majid left his hometown of Fez and came here, where he'd earn a few dirham a night emptying ashtrays at the wild and extravagant parties being thrown here by wealthy expats. He saw what these people would buy for themselves and how they decorate their homes, and he started to look around for himself, scoring, then reselling art and antiques.
Wow.
It became something of an obsession. Now his artifacts from Morocco and all across Northern Africa are bought by collectors from all over the world. Carpets, antiques, wood carvings, jewelry, and old doors.
Wow, these are incredibly beautiful. Tell me about that.
This is amber, coral, shells. This used to be currency, this shell.
How old is this?
This is early 20s, late 19th. The amber is millions of years old.
How much are you selling this piece for?
By weight.
By weight?
Yes, quite a heavy piece, this one, 429 grams. So it comes like 42,000 dirhams.
So that's how much in dollars?
Like almost 5,000. 4,500.
About $5,000.
Almost.
So we look at another floor?
Oh, yes, follow me. Yeah, there's a nice collection of things from the Sahara.
So you travel a lot?
Not like you.
Oh, this is for pounding manioc?
Yes, this is from the Dogon tribe from Mali.
How much will this sell for, do you
This
think?
around $300.
Really? For this? That's very reasonable.
Yes.
I'll be buying that. That's going to be an old friend.
Also memory.
And a memory
Tangier.
of Tangier as well.
Majid suggests lunch at Andalus, a locals-only place nearby.
As a Moroccan, well, so many Westerners who come to Tangier come with a romantic notion of a Tangier they read about in books. Do people have a realistic expectation when they come here? Are they looking for Morocco, or are they looking for this phantasm?
No, it is a phantasm. It is when you get here, if you know Morocco, you feel that you're in Morocco, but you're not. There's a lot of Mediterranean touch to this town. And also the history, people hear story about Tangier that it was. Like when I first came in the 60s, everybody said to me, you came late. Tangier was.
It's right.
Now I'm saying the same thing as these young now. They come and they say, wow. I said,
what was better about those days?
well, you see, for me at that time I was young, and it was the boom of hippies. And it was the destination. You know, Cafe Baba, you meet Bob Dylan, you go here, Cat Stevens. And the parties was going on. I missed this kind of parties. People fly from everywhere to the party.
and they make the whole town move. Blue and white party, white and gold party, hat party. You know, it's amazing. And you see people coming with amazing hats, like a cage with a bird, extravagant hats. You know, it's like people put so much energy and time into these parties, you know. Look at the...
Oh, now that looks good.
Tomatoes brushed with local olive oil, garlic, and coriander. Liver kebabs, beef liver to be exact, grilled over charcoal.
Oh, now that looks very nice.
For fish, a bit of swordfish and some orange roughy.
That is just beautiful.
How do you like the tomato?
Oh, and the swordfish is amazing.
Yeah.
So how else have things changed?
You saw how many tourists there was today?
They're in a hurry.
If they come to the shop, they even try to avoid your eye contact. They're afraid if you get my eye contact, I'm gonna rip you off
Or make you buy something that they don't want to
I don't know. I don't know. They have this...
Do they buy?
They don't even say hello.
They don't buy?
Of course. We call them penguin. They have short hands, doesn't get to the pockets. I mean, I'm just kidding.
When Tangier was Interzone back in the day, it seemed to some, I'm sure, as if the expats outnumbered the locals. That was never true, but you certainly could live a life apart, make your own world within the existing one, reinvent yourself and live entirely within a universe of your own creation. Far from the Gran Soko is a 14-acre estate owned by Christopher Gibbs, a well-known dealer of antiques and longtime expat. Today, he's having a garden party. Who's coming? Jonathan, you know. Maggie Dean is from Scotland. She's been living here for more than a decade. G.P. de Richemont, a Frenchman who has his hands on a lot of businesses, including a cafe in the Casbah. Years living in Tangier? Unknown. Bianca Hamri, an American. She's been here forever, led many lives, I gather, and occasionally translates books from Mugrabi to English. And the dashing and mysterious Baron de Coquita Gondarillas, an artist from Chile who's been living and working in the Casbah since a hasty exit from Puerto Rico for reasons never fully explained. On the menu, Bastilla. A meat or often pigeon pie, as traditional Moroccan as it gets. Today made by Gibbs' full-time cooks, Jamila and Fatima. In Bastilla, the meat on this particular day is chicken, which is slow-cooked in broth and spices, pulled or shredded, and then folded into an egg mixture cooked in the reduced stock from the boil. This is layered with blanched almonds, powdered sugar, and cinnamon. And then the whole lot is then wrapped in feuille de brique, a crepe-like dough. After baking to a golden crispiness, the final touch is a dusting of even more cinnamon and sugar. It's got a sweet, savory thing going on. And it's quite tasty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you get nervous when you go in a room and you touch the light switch and the lights don't come on, you shouldn't be in this country.
What was that first moment you said, you know, I could live here?
I'm still quite unsure about that. No, I came here first in 1958, when it was quite different. Everyone wore native dress.
Yes.
But Islam, still the throbbing motor of life here. I have a very tender feelings for Morocco and the friendliness and courtesy of the people and of the children who, you know, they don't say off granddad like they do in England. They say, bonjour monsieur, ça va bien, belle journée, blah, 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 blah.
I always feel welcome here. I never consider that this is mine. It's theirs, and they've allowed me to live here in a very nice way, and I feel recognition. They know who I am. Right. They know who I am.
There is a side-by-side aspect to life here that's very unusual.
Very unusual here. It's mostly, you can do whatever you want if you do it with good manners.
But it is a sort of a station of the cross for, you know, the bad boys of culture. I mean, Verlaine, Rimbaud, Iggy Pop, the Stones,
Burroughs and Gyson. And
Burroughs writes about, he came here to be a writer.
he was a junkie before he was a writer.
As so many of us were. But I think this was a place if you wanted to think of yourself as a writer, you would come here and somehow you were working within a romantic tradition.
Yes.
Burroughs said right up front,
Yes.
to me, a writer from when I was a little boy, a writer was a guy who lounged around in a smoking jacket or a caftan, smoking a hash pipe or an opium pipe
Yes.
in a beautifully anointed house littered with sleeping boys.
Yes,
or
girls.
Well, whatever. To what extent did that world exist, and to what extent was that world created by the people who showed up with that expectation?
Since Bill departed, R.I.P., dear, wonderful, marvelous man, since he's gone, it's a bit tame now. It's a bit
It is tame.
Well, he was
genteel now.
He was the very opposite of genteel. He was an outlaw for every society.
My husband knew him very well, and he was telling me, yes, Bill, and I said, he said, I cured him of being a drug addict. I said, how? He said, I turned him into an alcoholic.
But who smokes hashish at this table? Please raise your hand.
Is the camera on?
Blanca, put your hands up, Blanca.
It's my last night in Tangier, and I'm headed out.
Is that Blanca one?
Thank you, yes.
Most cities of the Islamic world, getting a beer can be difficult. Not here. Long as you're outside the Medina, nearly anything goes. Tangier reverts to its libertine past. Here, Western influences become very apparent. Any night of the week is a good night for young Moroccans to take to the streets of the Ville Nouveau. Othman Nossairi is from a generation of Moroccans far removed from the romantic conceits of the Bowles-Burroughs era. He's invited me out for a casual snack. Bocadillos, Spanish-style sandwiches with tuna, veggies, hard-cooked eggs, and a healthy wad of mayo. A crispy layer of French fries within the sandwich.
This is delicious, by the way. The bread here is very good. You work in a magazine, journalist.
Yeah, I'm not a journalist, but I own an urban magazine here in Tangier to inform Moroccans we are living in a place that's pretty special. It's not for any purpose that William Burroughs or Paul Bowles or Henri Matisse, all these people came to Tangier. The city has something which makes it different from other cities.
Well, what about young artists, young writers, young musicians? Did they come here expecting this romantic Paul Bowles wonderland of the 50s?
Some were, I'm going to say, too bohemian.
Too bohemian?
Yeah, because they thought that, coming and being an artist
is going to be enough.
It's going to be enough. It's not. Today is not enough.
Right, yeah.
It's pretty tough for them, and most of them pack their bags.
Right.
Today we have so many investments going on here in Tangier. Thanks to our king, investors are here, being attracted, tourists are attracted. But the most important part of it is that we should keep the old parts of the city intact. The Kasbah, the Medina.
The Medina.
That's what's hard to do, because when you have a European purchasing power coming over here to Tangier.
They come, well, like we come. We embrace it, other people want to come, and then we f it all up. Will Tangier's unique character survive?
I hope so. I really hope so.
Tangier is Morocco, always was Morocco. And recently, the country's leadership seems to have embraced it in all its ill-reputed glory. The days of predatory poets in search of literary inspiration and young flesh are probably over for good. Hippies can just as easily get their bong rips at Portland or Peoria. But the good stuff, the real good stuff, the sounds and smells and the look of Tangier, what you see and hear when you lean out the window and take it all in, that's here to stay. For most of my life, Libya was a word with bad associations. Libya meant Gaddafi. Libya meant terrorism.
Pan Am Flight 103 went down in a blazing fireball.
Libya meant a bad place where a comical, megalomaniacal dictator was the absolute power. Nobody in Libya, however, was laughing.
Reports of explosions.
Clashes between rioters and security forces.
In 2011, what was previously unthinkable happened. The Libyan people rose up and fought for their freedom.
Heavy battles raging around the Libyan capital.
They fought like hell.
The rebels are about to force Gaddafi's complete departure.
And they recorded the whole thing on their cell phones.
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la.
It's amazing arriving here after all you see on TV these days that Libya is in fact functioning at all. But it is. The fountains across from the Corniche are operating. Traffic works, kind of. At the Radisson, club sandwiches arrive on time in the lobby. The occasional flash of camo and a security scanner are really the only discordant notes.
Todd, you don't want to take the video.
Oh, they don't? Okay.
Yeah, they don't.
Inside the old part of the city, men slaughter a camel while a girl records it with her iPad.
No? Did I help? Okay. You say no.
Kids are setting off fireworks in the Medina.
Incoming.
Tomorrow is the Prophet Muhammad's birthday, and people who have not known freedom for nearly 50 years are ready to celebrate. Martyrs Square is filled with families, kids, teenage skater boys, and hotshots on motorcycles. It's wild. And almost giddily happy.
Oh, man.
Young men in the camouflage pants of the militias, most of whom were civilians until last year, do their best to sporadically keep order or just join in the fun. Every kid above the age of 5 seems to have been issued a lighter and a fistful of fireworks. Ambulances idle on the margins of the square to treat fireworks-related injuries, of which there will be many.
That was good.
This is Tripoli, after 42 years of nightmare. How to build a whole society overnight and make it work in one of the most contentious and difficult areas of the world is what people are trying to figure out.
So before the war, did you think it would ever be possible? Did you dream someday this will change?
No. In Gaddafi's time, you cannot say a word. You get killed. That's it. It was impossible. But then I joined the group, you know?
Right.
The revolutionary.
Omar is young and was even younger when the fighting started. He, like so many Libyans from around the country, and many who had left, heeded the calls for revolution on Facebook and Twitter. They fought in Tripoli, Benghazi, Misrata, and everywhere in between.
Who won this war? Young people or everybody?
Everybody. But the young people, they started it.
What was your day like as a revolutionary?
You keep one thought in your mind. You do this for the next generation, for a better country, for a better life.
You have a future now, before people, you know,
there
what
was
people
a future Libya before Gaddafi's regime. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. We were slaves for the Gaddafi.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, it is.
Barracuda is a seafood restaurant just outside of town on the Mediterranean coast.
One of the best foods in Libya, I think, the seafood.
The menu's not printed on paper. It's laid out right there for you on ice.
We have dot here.
What do? They just grill that?
Yeah, they open it and grill it. Some garlic, some sauce. It's really awesome.
You pick out the stuff that interests you from the daily catch.
Okay, let's get one of these. One of these.
Some shrimps, calamari too.
And they cook it for you the way you want.
Good job.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
That's delicious.
This is the stuffed calamari, Libyan style. With so many seafood, stuffed inside of it, like a turkey.
Good sauce.
Wow.
Man, we are living large today.
Yes, we are.
Bismillah.
Bismillah.
So, what were you doing before the war?
I was a travel agent.
You were a travel agent?
Yes, and I was studying too, in medical school.
Many of the people who started the revolution, who fought in the streets with makeshift weapons, were, like Omar, medical students, garage mechanics, or simply teenagers. They transformed themselves in a matter of months from kids playing PlayStation to hardened fighters and field medics.
Nobody believed that he can be removed, really.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
How quickly after the uprising started did you begin to think that, wow, this is possible? That we might actually win?
The first day when the uprising...
First day?
Yeah.
The day before, you're thinking, impossible. We'll be stuck with this son of a bitch
Whatsoever.
forever. And then a few hours later, it's like, wow, this might work.
Seeing groups with you going toward the Mortal Square, demanding their rights, at that moment, you feel that you can do anything. That this is gonna happen. If it didn't, well, I've died trying doing it. At least we've died like men doing it.
So much has changed around town. So much is changing. New music, graffiti, these things, they mean something. But centuries of strict social and religious values keep some things solidly the same. Alcohol, for instance, is strictly forbidden. Men and women follow hierarchical roles as before. Since the revolution, there's a tug-of-war over what is acceptable. Outside a mosque in the Medina, men fill the narrow street to celebrate Muhammad's birthday. Snacks are passed around. Women watch and record from the rooftops.
aren't a lot of conflicts in the world where there's a clear bad guy. Clearly there was a bad guy here.
Exactly. I mean, the one thing about Gaddafi is he believed he was the most important human being almost that had ever existed. I mean, he changed the names of the months. He changed the date of the Islamic calendar. Such megalomania. And as you well know, anyone outside, you mentioned the word Libya, everyone would just say Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Gaddafi stole the identity of Libya.
Michel Cousins is the co-founder of the English-language paper The Libya Herald and has known several different Libyas in his lifetime.
For so long, the news has been the personality. Gaddafi turned up to open a shopping center. Gaddafi turned up to open an envelope. Those of us who knew Libya, who knew there was another Libya, wonderful people, we would talk about it as you talk about a dead person. Do you remember this? Do you remember that? And then in February 2011, suddenly there was resurrection. The dead came back to life.
We meet at a Libyan coffee house, a traditional, male-only sort of a joint. Cafe culture is big here, a holdover from the days of Italian colonization, when Mussolini tried to rebuild Rome's long-lost empire.
It's just been the most amazing experience, seeing the rebirth of a country, of a people.
I mean, last night's fireworks. There was a general sense of exuberance bordering on anarchy. I mean, I felt very happy there last night, if somewhat in peril.
Yeah, well, it's Christmas. It's whatever, it's the 4th of July rolled into one. But also, there are people who are trying to stop it, sort of Puritans, extremists, if you want to say militants. And what has happened is people have come out in defiance of that. They're showing, we want to have fun. And remember, for a long time in Libya, you couldn't have fun. The biggest misconception is that the place is turning into another Afghanistan or Iraq, where you've got bombs go off, attacks. But it's not, as you've seen. Libyans have gone through an awful time having fought for freedom. People have died, people have struggled, and that's going to hold them together.
Kids are selling fireworks across in the Marcus Aurelius Arch. One is constantly reminded that Libya was once a vital part of the ancient Roman Empire. That was nearly 2,000 years ago. Tonight, I was told, was going to be an even bigger, wilder celebration in Martyrs Square. But something has happened since last night. The British Foreign Office has just told all UK citizens to leave Benghazi, Libya's second largest city, due to an unspecified threat. The Libyan government, such as it is, has denied any basis for such drastic action. A lone cherry bomb now and again, an awkward flurry of Roman candles. The buzz of last night's chaotic partying, harshed, big time. Whether or not this is a result of the larger geopolitical situation, the vibe towards this Western film crew seems apprehensive, uncertain. The following day feels better. Somewhat. Fresh produce is for sale on Tripoli streets. If you're a small restaurant or shopping for a big family, you bring cash, a wheelbarrow, and load up with what you need. But revolution has brought changed tastes. Libyans, especially young Libyans, hunger for more than just freedom. They hunger for places like this.
Kentucky Fried Chicken? Uncle Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Kentucky.
Okay.
The Colonel and his buddies, the King and the Clown, have not quite made it here, given the uncertainty of the situation. So in the meantime, places like this have been popping up.
Uncle Kentucky, awesome. Do you know where Kentucky is?
The Kentucky is from USA.
The part, yeah.
Yeah.
This place is new?
Yeah, he's new. Before the Gaddafi, he don't...
Impossible.
Yeah. And now, it's normally.
Oh, that's nice.
How you found it?
Spicy delicious. Bismillah.
Bismillah.
Johar, like many Libyans his age, fought to overthrow Gaddafi. He was there, gun in hand, when they stormed Gaddafi's palace compound.
Happy? Excited?
And
It's
they're
a good day?
fighting.
Yeah.
It's giving to me nice feeling. Nice feeling, the Gaddafi. He's killed my cousin. How you should be feeling? Exactly, I'm feeling good. Because I wanted to kill them. I don't want to say anyone die more. He's killed for nothing. The first time I think the kill people is bad, but he's leave me do that. Because if I don't kill him, he's kill me.
Right. It's nice to see freedom. It's nice to see the bad guy gone. It's nice. I feel welcome here.
Finally, we say no for him. And he's now died. That's what we wanted.
To Johar, a few pieces of greasy fried chicken eaten in a brightly colored fast food setting means something more than a calorie bomb.
That's why fighting. That's why I give it a lot of blood from my country, because I wanted feeling that, the taste of freedom.
The taste of freedom.
It's nice taste.
Good. Good. Good food.
Outside Tripoli's center, there's this. One-time axis of all power and untold evil. A huge complex of sinister offices, barracks, residences, on top of a rabbit warren of secret tunnels and underground facilities. The Bab al-Azizia, Gaddafi's enormous compound. Most everything belonging to or associated with Gaddafi was destroyed. NATO continually bombed strategic locations within the compound, and on August 23, 2011, it fell to the rebels, Gaddafi and his family having fled. This is what's left of Gaddafi's palace.
So when's the last time you were here?
Last time the revolution is finished. The machine is going first fighting. After that, the people who have the guns. After that, coming a lot of people, normal people, listening about something expensive here, like the salt and like the gold. And stop now.
What?
They want us to stop filming right now.
Okay.
While talking, we didn't notice several pickup trucks of local militia had closed in on us.
No, stop.
I've stopped.
Okay, you stop.
Just relax.
No, relax.
What's happening?
This is their turf or their area of operation or somehow under their control. Whatever the case, they're the group in charge today. An argument ensues between our guys and their guys, all of whom fought against the same forces on this ground a year ago.
I'm asking you guys to step that side. You want to delete the tape, just leave. You have to delete what you've got. Let's leave. Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Go.
Hold it down. Hold it down. Hold it down.
Libya is denying that there is an imminent threat to the safety of Westerners in Benghazi. This follows Britain's advice on Thursday that Westerners should get out of the city, warning of a specific and imminent threat.
If you follow the news, you'll be reminded about how the lack of centralized power in the wake of the 2011 conflict has seen an increase in Islamic militancy in Libya.
Westerners and Libyans are still very concerned with the
What you see is not encouraging. Kidnappings in Algeria, unrest in Mali, terrorist cells to the south, deadly riots in Egypt, and of course, extremist attacks in Benghazi that killed the U.S. ambassador. All those things are very real concerns. But if you only look at what's on the news, you can miss maybe what's a bigger picture. Another morning in Tripoli, and life goes on. Vendors are out, people go about their daily routines.
This is our traditional breakfast.
What is this dish called?
Swins b'dahi, which is an overstretched donut, I suppose.
Right, with an egg.
With an egg on top.
What's a little pancake they put on top? That's just to hold the egg in?
Yeah, just to hold the egg in. It's like a hat
frame.
for it or a cover or something. You can get them with cheese, you can get them with chili paste, you can have them with honey, with sugar.
How do you like yours?
I like mine cooked, to be honest.
What's the name of this neighborhood?
This is Fashloom. This is the Cradle of the Revolution.
Right, now this was the first neighborhood to rise up.
Yes, this is the first place to rise up.
Why do you think this neighborhood and not...
It's an impoverished neighborhood. It's been always lied to by the regime. They made them feel like they are not from this country, to be honest. We start with Bismillah.
Bismillah.
And we go for it.
Oh, yeah, dip it right in the egg.
And dip it in the egg.
Delicious. So where were you when it all started?
I was in London. Well, actually in Manchester at the time.
What?
And by the 27th, I was in Libya.
We went out to see his house yesterday, in the compound.
Well, I was one of the guys who entered from the southern gates, not northern gates.
Akram is in the security business, a thriving industry here, as you could probably imagine.
A lot of things happen in a lot of different parts of the country, sort of simultaneously. Kind of amazing that all of these people came together very fast.
How did it happen?
Yeah.
Easy. Twitter. Yeah.
It was really like that.
Yes. We sent so much information to NATO via Twitter. We get a phone call from Tripoli or Benghazi or wherever. We get the coordinates via Google Earth.
Right.
We verify that there is a location there that needs to be hit. Send it to NATO at NATO, and then it's gone.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that feel, knowing you can call in a Tomahawk missile over there?
It's out of the movies.
Did anyone think it was possible that in their lifetime they were going to see the end of this son of a bitch? Most people are telling me they never dreamed.
I don't know if you can call them dreams, hopes, wishes. It was just something in the sky, something I look at every night.
Right.
But when I hit that point and got into Misrata and stood on Gaddafi's body, any dream will come true.
What's the situation now?
It's fluid. It can swing any direction.
Well, look, what happened in Benghazi a few months ago, I mean, what does this mean to the country?
I think there is a dark, mysterious hand who doesn't like this country to prosper. They see system and organization as a big enemy to them. These dark hands are slowly getting diminished. It's a matter of time before we can get rid of them.
How hard do you think that's going to be?
Not hard at all. We got rid of Gaddafi, nothing else is hard.
I like your attitude.
The fluid situation in Libya has been intensifying since our arrival, and we've had to change our behavior, constantly moving.
Shouldn't I be wearing, one of those cool, journalist safari jackets at this point?
So it seemed a good time, or maybe not,
saddle up,
to go to Misrata.
Just watch this down at your feet there, Tony.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we can go. Roger that.
Since the revolution, Misrata's been the most secure city in Libya. But over the last 2 weeks, in a hail of bullets and hand-thrown grenade attacks, an imam, security forces, and a police officer have all been killed.
move forward. You come past me.
All along the narrow, congested highway, there are checkpoints manned mostly by local militias. And I want to stress, most of them are friendly enough. We are, however, in a hurry to get to Misrata before dark. Traveling at night around here is not advised.
Drop the camera in 20 seconds.
Yep.
Stop the camera. Stop the camera.
No.
Pulling into town after dark, it doesn't feel like a happy place to be right now. Misrata was where some of the fiercest and most heroic struggles of the war occurred. Resistance was the most determined, and the response by the Gaddafi forces especially merciless. We've just learned that earlier in the day, a city councilman who was a hero of the revolution was assassinated, and it's not clear who's responsible. Misrata is on full lockdown.
Another checkpoint.
Looking around at the price this city paid for freedom, you can see why they don't want to lose what they fought so hard for. Morning in Misrata.
How's the vibe? It's all quite quiet and cool at the moment.
Daylight reveals the extent of the fighting that took place here not so long ago.
This used to be a vegetable market. Clothes. One of Gaddafi's soldiers' clothes.
He left him here and ran.
Yeah, because that's what they did in Tripoli.
Yeah.
When we entered the city, they just moved their clothes and ran away in the streets, so nobody would know who are they.
This is Hamid, one of the guys we called the Misrata Boys, basically militia members from the area who looked out for us here and in Tripoli when things started to get hinky in neighboring Algeria and in Benghazi.
That is a seriously up tank.
His job these days is hunting down former Gaddafi supporters.
So the Gaddafi forces rolled in. They would use these tanks to fire on
Around the city.
Around.
Yeah, it was full of tanks here. This was the operation room here.
Now, if you had any doubt about the terrible odds these young revolutionaries were facing during the early days of the fighting, especially in the months before NATO came in with air support, check out Misrata's War Museum.
What did this fire?
It's fire rocket, homemade, and there's a rocket here, we put it here, and fire with the battery. Yeah.
You had to have some serious courage to ride around with this thing.
Why? We trust our people. There's a lot of homemade things here. This is homemade too. It fires a big rocket. This is Grad, homemade, this one. This was from a helicopter.
Yes.
We got it and we brought it in the cars.
You took it off a helicopter and you put it on a car.
And you know what this is for? You know Molotov? And
So it's basically a crossbow that fires Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, Molotov and TNT sometimes.
You're shooting this at people who have mortars.
And tanks.
Tanks.
Tanks, yeah.
You're shooting this at tanks.
Yeah, because that's what we got at the time.
That's what you had, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
The next president of Libya, the one who's going to be in charge,
right?
This is his chair. He has to think twice before he sits on it.
So never screw your people.
Yeah, never screw your people.
I'd remember.
And here, these are Gaddafi stuff.
Now, this was all taken from the compound.
Some of them from Sirte. It's mixed. That's his AK, his chair.
Preferred hair products?
His shaving kit. See, he is wearing a mask.
Oh, his beauty mask.
Yeah.
I could use some of that.
It's Gaddafi. He's beautiful, you know. And this is the first martyr in Misrata.
That's the first?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Who was he?
He
Not
was
a
like
soldier?
a businessman. No, he's just a normal guy. They went out to protest the first rally, and somebody came in and shoot him. So the next day, the whole city came out. That's when everything started.
These are photos of those killed during the uprising, combatants and bystanders alike.
Her name is Muna Jamaa bin Nasser. She was 6 years when she died.
Shelled in their homes, tortured to death in prisons, shot by snipers.
Look at this kid. He died with the victory sign. They killed him like with a grenade. That's his lucky day.
Yeah.
You know what he was saying? He was saying, what's going on, guys? Why my sons? Why are you doing that? You still have the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the blood in it.
Know any of these people?
Yeah, I know a couple of them. I knew a couple. This guy is Egyptian.
Not even his fight, but he came.
No, but he didn't want to leave. 4 of them, they died in Sirte. And this died in Tripoli. These are brothers and sisters, 1, 2, 3, 4. They died in the same day and the same house. And the mother, when we found her, she was holding the kid. They were both dead, like, and holding each other. It was like a very sad moment.
Really notice I'm going full blitzer on this shoot.
The Mediterranean Sea defines Libya's northern border. In shacks built along the coast, people get together on weekends to do what people do everywhere in the world in one form or another since the beginnings of society. Like barbecue? Who does not like barbecue?
Here he is.
They sure like them here. Chase down an animal? Kill it?
Cycle of life.
Cut it into pieces and throw it on a flame.
So all these people are freedom fighters, ex-freedom fighters.
Right.
So just now chilling, having fun, making barbecue.
To start, they grill the lamb in small pieces with a few veggies.
Not a beer, but something like it.
I've been about a week without alcohol of any kind. And I'm enjoying my new clean living lifestyle.
Balls.
Balls, yeah.
Balls.
That's hospitality.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Barbecue may not be the road to world peace, but it's a start.
People in Misrata are good.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah, laid back. In English, in American, laid back.
Laid back.
A stew made of kidneys, liver, and heart, served family style. Feel free to eat with hands. Right hand only, please. And a really traditional thing left over from the Italians. Basically, pasta with ragu.
What's this dish called?
Because when it's the sound book, it means it's ready.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's good. So the Italians left you one good thing.
Yeah.
A few nice buildings and pasta.
And pasta, yeah.
So the story of Misrata, the story of Libya seems to be ordinary people suddenly called upon to do extraordinary things. Where were you when war broke out?
I was in Canada, in Montreal.
You're studying medicine?
Yes.
Dr. Jihan put her medical studies on hold to help tend all manner of horrible war injuries.
What kind of procedures were you doing on a regular basis?
Everything. Without prior practice and knowledge, so you just like kind of in the situation, trying to pick up things.
How many patients did you treat a day?
60, 70.
60,
it's like
70.
a lot. Like the whole hospital was full.
When you heard he'd been killed, what did you feel? Relief?
I felt relieved. I was like realizing that, okay, it's over, and trying to heal my own wounds, because in the middle of it, you just go, and you never realize how much injuries and trauma you got inside yourself. Because before, you never think of like, we're gonna survive and we're gonna have a free Libya or anything. It's just like going with the state of mind that I'm gonna do my best and I'm ready in peace with myself if I die. And then you find yourself here. Now it's like, now it's the gray area.
Jihan risked her life along with the men, but traditional and hidebound rules of conduct do not allow her to sit with them during dinner. She's relegated to what might be called the kids' table. What can one say, we who like to think of ourselves as more enlightened in this area? I don't know. Rightly or wrongly, I said nothing. What does freedom mean? I don't know that either, I guess. For sure, it does mean the freedom to enjoy an afternoon no one thought possible only a little while ago. The freedom, at least, to joke, to laugh, to be for a while relatively carefree.
Misrata, Libya. Goodbye.
The road to Tripoli, a healthy breakfast. Ooh, liver sandwich. When they talk about a high-risk environment, I think they were talking about this. That's good.
Halfway back to Tripoli, the magnificent ruins of Leptis Magna. Arguably the most intact remains of a Roman city in the world. It's worth noting that at one time, the emperor of all Rome was himself Libyan.
It's pretty amazing.
Born right here.
Someone chipped off all the dicks. Not that I was looking.
Anywhere else in the world, this place would be overrun with tourists. But look, no one. You're free to wander as you wish.
Quite a backdrop, you know? If you're seeing a little dinner theater production of Our Town a couple of thousand years ago. Not bad.
The only other visitors today are a troop of Libyan Boy Scouts. Bizarrely enough, Gaddafi himself was once a scout, and this was one of the only organizations allowed to remain independent of the government.
Maybe I should go down there and introduce myself to my former comrades. Exchange some Boy Scout lore.
Yes, yes, I was once a Boy Scout too.
Salam alaikum, hello.
Drilled into their heads is something that was long ago drilled into mine.
I promise to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. You know, it's been a really difficult shoot for a whole lot of reasons. It's not easy to shoot here. But in spite of all that, for me, this was a happy show. It's Libya. They were supposed to be the bad guys, a bad country filled with bad people, right? I don't think so. I met a lot of really nice people here. Nobody's saying we're going to be perfect tomorrow. Everybody seems to be saying, you know, look at us in 5 years. So that is a pretty reasonable attitude.
How are you? Love you, Libya.
This is a place that's filled with a lot of extraordinary people who've done an extraordinary thing on very short notice, under very difficult circumstances, and at a very difficult time, who are continuing to do the best they can. And I wish them well.
After 9 days of threats of imprisonment, confiscation of footage, and what was the most chaotic, difficult, yet amazing trip of my life, the last thing that stands between us and our flight home is the reason we came: the Congo River itself.
Eric, this ferry cannot move today because now they're closed and they have to repair it tomorrow.
The UN truck just said he's been here since this morning.
I've had times where I've been held up for days.
What's up, Freddie?
To start the engine.
They're starting the engine. Awesome. It just broke down again?
Yeah. We now have 1 hour of daylight left.
They're starting the engine from the started.
Okay, great.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
You learn quickly. In Congo, things change at a moment's notice.
Welcome
to the jungle.
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la.
Everyone gets everything he wants. I wanted to see the Congo, and for my sins, they let me. In Heart of Darkness, Joseph Conrad writes of his alter ego. When I was a little chap, I had a passion for maps. At that time, there were many blank spaces on Earth. But there was one yet, the biggest, the most blank, that I had a hankering after. This, then, is the Congo. The size of all Western Europe combined. It should be Africa's wealthiest nation. But people forget, or never even knew, that the 20th century's first Holocaust happened here when Belgium's King Leopold managed to bamboozle the world into giving him personal title to the Congo. Leopold's agents, of whom the mythical Kurtz was one, raided, slaughtered, mutilated, and pressed into forced labor much of the population in a bloodthirsty quest for first ivory and then rubber. When independence finally came, the Belgians trashed what they could and left behind a completely unprepared, tribally divided, and largely ungovernable landmass filled with stuff that everybody in the world wanted. And things pretty much went downhill from there. But this story begins with a truck stop in Rwanda.
Stocking up in Rwanda, because my expectations for food in the Congo are more measured.
If you're looking to get to the Eastern Congo, and many would ask why you'd even want to do that, the best way is to drive across from neighboring Rwanda. This country, of course, not too long ago, suffered its own appalling genocide. Behind the wheel, Dan. He's been living in the DRC for 2 years, working on a documentary about some of the several dozen rebel groups in the country. Riding shotgun, Dan's close friend and associate, Horeb, a Congolese. They're taking me across the border. One side, Rwanda. Hotels, paved roads, internet, and paperwork to be filled out. Just a few feet of barbed wire, machine guns, and cement walls away, this. Welcome to Goma. A city of 1 million, a significant number of whom are IDPs, internally displaced people, sitting rather inconveniently at the base of Mount Nyiragongo, a still smoldering volcano. Current street level is about 12 feet above where it was in January 2002 when it last erupted. Lava everywhere, which explains the less than smooth ride. One of the first things you notice out the car window, the UN. About 4 months ago, the M23, one of the various rebel groups holed up in the jungle nearby, invaded the city. The NGOs battened down the hatches. The UN stood by, hands tied. Everyone else had to fend for themselves until the rebels withdrew. The Congo is a place I've dreamed of visiting since before I ever thought I'd get the chance to travel the world.
Close your door.
Actually being here, I'm not so sure. Dan, Horeb, and I head for a local restaurant. Good food is going to be a challenge soon, so we take the opportunity to fill up on what we can. Grilled chicken, ugali, piri-piri pepper. A pretty nice meal.
Goma in the 50s, you know, tourists used to come from as far down as Rhodesia, up here to vacation.
Amazing wildlife. Also, I remember my childhood seeing lions just alongside of the road sometime. Goma was a touristy place for a long time.
They're not coming anymore?
No.
No, you're just saying no.
It's a red zone.
It's looking like there won't be house-to-house fighting or artillery or mortars dropping into Goma. Was today a good day?
Well, right now we have a rebel group just 10 kilometers north of us.
Right.
And then we have maybe 7 other rebel groups that are all caught in the blender, you know? So
things change quickly in Congo.
Confused yet? Virtually all of the eastern part of the country is being contested by rebel groups, some local and others allegedly acting on behalf of interests based in neighboring countries. Recently, the largely Tutsi Rwandan-backed M23 has been active in the area around Goma, but the mostly Hutu FDLR is also here. The Mai Mai can refer to either somewhat generic local self-defense groups or specific entities like APCLS or Cheka. Some groups, like the FRPI, are principally defending a stake in a resource like gold, and others, like the Rea Motomboki, are mainly interested in fighting with a particular enemy. In their case, they have a beef with the FDLR. And lots of other organizations controlling territory who haven't come up with a name or a cool acronym yet. This is only a fraction of the rebel groups in a single area of the Congo. And be advised, this map was hopelessly outdated before we even got here.
It's all these variables kind of knotted into one big mess. And these are the reasons why media has a difficult time, why the Western world doesn't hear much about Congo. Because how can you sum it up in a 3-minute report?
But for us, Goma is just a stopover on the way to the Congo River. So we need to keep moving. And roads, forget it. Certainly nothing even remotely safe between Goma and where we're headed.
We're flying to Kisangani. This is the preferred route.
So we've chartered a bush plane, formerly Queen Elizabeth's flying wardrobe. When the Queen traveled, presumably in her younger years, her clothes followed in this beast, or so we're told.
I have not seen this model of plane before. A first for me.
Of course, you'll learn to take nothing for granted in the Congo.
Uh-oh.
Just as we're about to take off, thunder, lightning.
I don't see what the problem is. Weather looks fine to me.
Let's get this thing airborne.
Wow, nice. Best to wait this one out a little bit. Crashes are pretty commonplace. Not so long ago, a plane with nearly 100 people on board went down on the same route we're taking today.
No, most planes that crash in Congo crash because of the weather, right?
Yeah, most of the time, yeah, but...
Not us. Don't worry.
Impossible, man.
The weather clears up, sort of. So we decide to give it a go.
When the weather is very bad, stay on the ground. That's
So, what about rebels? They shooting at the planes?
No, normally no. Okay, we'll see you after your trip.
Yeah.
Okay, have a good one.
Lifting off from Goma, we head out over the shores of Lake Kivu before circling back northeast. Our destination, what Conrad referred to in Heart of Darkness as the Inner Station. Here, surrounded by dense jungle, lies our rendezvous with the Congo River, a waterway responsible for both building this country and helping to destroy it. Two hours out of Goma, we land at Kisangani. This was once Stanleyville, and the country's second largest city, before war and neglect cut it off from the rest of the Congo and the world.
Stanleyville, known in Heart of Darkness as the Inner Station.
The Congo River stretches across the country's middle. Conrad describes it as a twisting snake with its head in the Atlantic Ocean and its tail buried deep in Africa's heart. To Europeans, it was a natural route to transport slaves, ivory, rubber, minerals, the commodities upon which modern-day Brussels and Antwerp are built. For the Congolese, both before and after the Belgians, it provided more basic things. Water, to wash, to clean your clothes in, to cook with, to drink. Also fishing. Since long before the expeditions of Dr. Livingstone and Henry Morton Stanley, the Wagenya tribe has been fishing the river in unique fashion. Highly coordinated and acrobatic, the Wagenya dive into the treacherous rapids of what is still referred to as Stanley Falls. Navigate downstream between baskets that need tending. Perched on a precarious network of wooden poles, they hoist together. The catch these days? Not much.
So this is the second biggest force in this Congo River.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ogi is a Wagenya fisherman and was a guide bringing tourists to his village. Since the last two wars, Kisangani tourism has been pretty much non-existent. Chief of the Waginya, Pierre Mosala Abeka, it is said, is a direct descendant of King Ntendebuma Ifila, who greeted Stanley in the 1870s.
Please thank him for the privilege of seeing his community.
It's a present from the chief. This is a way to welcome the delegation of CNN.
The Waginya tribe made what was in retrospect the mistake of allowing Stanley to pass. The famous explorer, of course, pretty much shot and raided his way along his historic route to the coast before effectively jump-starting the colonial period. Using Stanley as administrator, King Leopold of Belgium claimed the Congo as his personal property. Under Leopold's reign, men, women, and children were tagged with numbers, separated into groups, given production quotas. If they fell short, they were whipped with the shikot, their hands cut off, hanged. An estimated 10 million Congolese were either starved, worked to death, executed, or just killed where they stood, all in just over 20 years. By the end, half the population of the country was gone.
Have you ever thought about all those years ago, if your people had just killed Stanley?
Somebody else has to come.
Somebody else would have come.
Ordinarily, a large tigerfish like this one, it's going to the market, considered way too valuable to eat. But today, guests.
It's a mean-looking fish.
She used to sell fish in the market.
The Congolese standard, limboke. It can be pretty much anything wrapped in a banana leaf and steamed.
Typical traditional.
Excellent meal. A lot of work. Though it looks like they're not having an entirely miserable time of it. The water looks good. On a good day, how many like this?
On a good day, 50.
50?
Yeah, 50. That time, two ancestors. Ancestors didn't use to catch it. They just catch the big fish. One basket like this, they used to catch about 10 big fish. But situation changed. The tourists used to come and see how the fishermen are catching fish.
Right, hundreds of them used to come, yes?
Yeah.
Well, things get a little better here. Maybe they come back.
I hope so.
I hope so, too.
After Leopold, the Belgian government took over and pretty much continued as before. An apartheid-like system of what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine. By the 50s, there was a beautiful modern infrastructure built. Railroads, hotels, sports clubs, schools. The envy of Africa. Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn were here while filming The African Queen. They stayed at the luxury hotel, the Pourquoi Pas. This is the Pourquoi Pas now. Like everything else of that time, a hollow ruin inhabited by squatters or simply eaten by the jungle. But none of this was ever for the Congolese. They weren't allowed in many of these buildings except as help. Not even allowed to walk their own streets after dark. Not a lot of dependable electric power left in the city. But what lights do glow around town, much of it comes from places like this. Small kiosks serving the Congolese version of barbecue and what passes for cold beer. Christian is one of our fixers, tasked with keeping us on track and out of trouble. Which, believe me, is a big job around here.
You know, it's an amazing looking city. If you just blur your vision a little bit, you can see it the way it used to be.
Beautiful. I think it could be the best place to live. Very kind people. People like listening to music, sitting, taking their beers, eating.
What's a Congolese word for barbecue?
Barbecue.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Dude, I like any meat on a grill. It's looking good.
Grilled goat with kabri, a traditional goat stew on the side.
Now we're talking.
They roast it and then they put some sauce on it.
That's delicious.
As you can see, people don't eat meat. Meat is quite expensive, almost $2.
Which is a lot. That's more than most people make in a day or even 2 days. What are the first things you buy if you're very, very, very poor?
Very poor, soap.
Soap.
Yeah. Because at least you have to look a bit clean.
So soap first. Soap.
But in between, as Congolese, you got to think of dressing, looking smart, clothes. All these Congolese you can see here,
right.
If you give them $10, they'll think of at least buying soap or food and keep maybe $1 to buy a shirt.
So that's called pride.
Yeah. And there's hope.
You can plan for tomorrow.
For tomorrow.
In Heart of Darkness, Conrad writes about the greed of the Belgian colonizers. They grabbed what they could get for the sake of what was to be got. It was just robbery with violence, aggravated murder on a great scale. And after 75 years, the Congolese had had enough. But independence came quickly. And when the new country managed to inaugurate their first democratically elected leader, Patrice Lumumba, the CIA and the British, working through the Belgians, had him killed. We helped to install this miserable bastard in his place, Joseph Mobutu. He stole billions of dollars from his people and pretty much became the template for despotism in Africa. Needless to say, this situation deteriorated over the next 30-odd years. And by the time Mobutu was done, the Congo was mired in a series of civil wars, the government was no longer paying its bills, and the trains basically stopped running. This is Kisangani Station. There's one short run left. Service once a week when operational, which isn't often, I'm guessing. Abandoned by the Belgians, shot up and stripped by rebels in the 90s. The station, the engines, the ancient passenger cars, and the tracks themselves have slowly receded into the jungle. And yet all these years later, with hardly any resources, Monsieur Aloub Emile, the railway administrator, and a staff of clerks, conductors, mechanics, and engineers show up at work and do what they can in an attempt to keep things in working order.
How do you do?
He said that you are welcome to see this place.
How many employees still work here?
Ici, pendant l'état normal, nous sommes dans les 500 agents. Mais pour le moment, nous sommes dans les 200.
So at one time, you could dispatch a freight to South Africa?
Oui, justement, vous pouvez quitter ici jusqu'en Afrique du Sud, avec des correspondances évidemment.
So a hypothetical question. If the government said, okay, we're ready, we have the money, we would like to, as quickly as possible, get operational. Does he have the workers ready to go?
Oui, parce que si nous roulons aujourd'hui, c'est suite aux compétences humaines que nous avons. Parce que tout est presque bousillé. Mais ce sont des intelligences humaines qui essaient de maintenir le peu que nous avons. En tout cas, si on nous donnait encore un apport technique moderne, là, on carrément nous sautons.
And this is one of the few things here that's working today. A feature of great pride to the staff. The railway employees, I'm told, do not get paid, yet they continue to show up and work. It is said of the building of the country's once vast rail network, one Congolese died for every single tie. Like many Congolese we meet, they are, all these years later, and in spite of everything that's happened, ready and waiting for the situation to improve. You lost your way on that river as you would in a desert, till you thought yourself bewitched and cut off forever from everything you had known once. So Conrad described the Congo after piloting steamships in the early days of Belgian colonialism.
I've had something of a multi-decade obsession with the Congo. It's been kind of a personal dream, if you will, to travel the Congo River. And now, for better or worse, I get that chance. We've rented a trusty vessel, and I shall dub thee the Captain Willard. All right, did you maggots load the chickens?
Finding food along the way, it's anticipated, will be a challenge. Refrigeration of any kind is impossible.
Okay, well, I'm psyched. My dream has finally come true. Blocked by officials? Well, this could be months. Okay, let the probing begin.
We need this boat to move now. How do we do this?
Let's get underway before they figure a new tax to levy on us.
Our trip downriver will take us some 120 kilometers, even deeper into the jungle. But instead of Kurtz and his ivory hoard, a crumbling Belgian research center with a shadowy past awaits us at our destination.
This is a turn-of-the-century map. So as Kisangani was then called Stanleyville, Leopoldville, that would be here.
Oh, like 3,000 kilometers or something like that.
A long way to go if we were taking the full ride.
That's what we're doing, right?
All the way to the Atlantic?
You didn't tell them yet?
I don't think we have enough spam, gentlemen.
A half-day's journey downriver, there's a local dignitary we've promised to visit.
Yeah, there's the chief who's coming down.
We arrive, late, but the king is still waiting for us. Traditional headgear, not-so-traditional suit. The medals given by the Belgians proving his royal lineage.
This place belongs to the Bambole ethnic group.
And he's the king?
Donc, yo vremoza mokonzi ya ekolo na yonyoso. My father ruled from 1928, and I came after him in 1963.
It's a lot of history. Incredible.
We give him a goat as a way of saying, I'm sorry for being so late, and sorry we can't stay longer. And he gives me a simple yet hefty-looking bracelet, which only later do I come to appreciate for what it is.
Hora told me this goes back to Arab, Portuguese times. It was the Arabs who taught them how to do this. So they wear them on their wrists or their ankles. This is older than our story, probably. The chief said his father gave it to him in 1935. So who knows, man? Wow. So where'd you get the bracelet? Oh, an African king gave it to me. Congo River. Where'd you get yours?
We've come a long way downriver, but with many kilometers still to go, attention is turned towards the evening meal. I figure I'll make coq au vin, which is a pretty simple way of dealing with a bunch of tough, old, stringy birds in one pot.
Getting close to killie time. The moment of truth.
It's quickly getting dark, and I'm very aware of a number of things.
How do they usually kill chickens?
A small knife.
A small knife, cut the head off.
Our chickens are thin, scraggly, and tough.
Ah, he's biting me.
In order to make anything, any kind of edible, I'm probably gonna have to stew the crap out of them. But first we gotta kill these things and collect their blood, which if you know anything about chickens, and most of my crew don't, takes time.
I'll hold the bucket, you kill the chicken.
You wanna eat? You gotta kill your own chicken and pluck it too.
Time to get killing.
But every man has a breaking point. And in retrospect, perhaps this was ours.
Saw harder.
Harder, you're almost through.
No, I'm not. You're killing him, Tom. Stop. Clean kill. Clean kill.
Now you can join our treehouse.
By the time our birds are cleaned and plucked, the sun is down and dinner is still a long way off.
Eat up the chickens. It's time to kill chickens.
Somewhere down the Congo River, and I'm continuing to deal with a few pressing concerns. The one knife on board is as sharp, really, as a soup spoon. And soon I'm frantically trying to rip out the backbone and guts in one go with my bare hands because the knife ain't shit, and it's getting darker and darker, and the damn generator keeps kicking on.
And I really need a light so I can see what I'm cutting. I can't cut what I can't see.
There's only 3 light bulbs on right now. There's only 240 watts. There's no way it's the draw.
They're not going to eat at all. I'm never going to get through with this.
Machete?
No, maybe we should figure out how to cook dinner, unless you don't want to eat any dinner. Because we are really not going to eat any dinner tonight. Okay, I've had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I would like to eat, especially as we've gone through all of this misery with these chickens. All right, where's the machete?
It would be apropos to point out that we do not want to be moving at night. We would not like to run aground in the middle of the freaking Congo.
He's gonna swim in now.
He's worried about Crocs?
I can't see anything.
The currents unpredictable. Visibility nil. Time to tie up for the night. Generator issues more or less fixed, but now another just as serious problem presents itself. With the lights burning, it becomes insanely buggy. Crush the wrong one of these moths while swatting your face, and you will blow up like a balloon. Seriously.
Okay, take the other 2 bottles of wine. You pour all 3 bottles of wine into the onions. All right, let's put the top on, bring it up to a boil.
3 hours later, and it looks like the jungle-style stew might actually work out after all.
Okay, someone wants to bring this over carefully to the table. All right, let's eat. At tab. Bon appetit. Bon appetit.
In the end, my coq au vin was a bit scraggly, but passable. It is written that I should be loyal to the nightmare of my choice. I think I now understand what that means. Next morning on the river, and of course, we're not alone. Fishermen from all the surrounding villages have heard of us and have, long before we're even awake, come by to check us out.
Hey, you ever find a couple of onions for me? Don't go crazy. If we don't have, we don't have.
I will not go crazy.
All right, I will get on the spam and egg patrol. We may have invented the stealth bomber. Really, this will be our crowning accomplishment as a culture.
Get in there, boys.
Once we finally get there, we still have to get all the way back.
Coming back was never part of the plan, man. We're not coming back.
Yeah, they'll find us 10 years later, naked in the bush with like a necklace of spam cans. That was glorious.
Time to get back out on the river. We have places to go. 2 days down the Congo, we're finally nearing our destination.
It's an abandoned Belgian research station. And it's still functioning in some capacity, but the Ngambi itself goes about 30 kilometers in. There's over 250 buildings. They were doing it all here.
Much myth and legend surrounds this place.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
It has been inferred by some that the Belgians conducted uranium enrichment and a host of bizarre experiments here. However, the facts would suggest the scariest thing to ever happen here, some genetically modified banana varietals.
You made it, man. Ngambi.
Deep in the jungle and miles from anywhere. This was once the Institute for Agricultural Studies of Congo. Construction began in the 1930s. The complex was once staffed by hundreds of Belgian researchers, doctors, and engineers until they left hurriedly in 1960. With independence began a rapid decline. The eventual cessation of funding. Of the hundreds of structures built here, what used to be housing, laboratories, hospitals, and research facilities, the vast complex's library is clearly the most important to those who remain. Though crumbling like everything else, the grass is cut and grounds maintained. It's swept and kept clean. And yet, most incredibly, this man, Kisangani Bourdain, still fights a daily battle to stave off further decay to the thousands of volumes of books and research materials contained on these shelves.
So what happened here? Did the place stay open? Did people continue to do research?
Ils ne sont pas encore censés, ils n'ont pas encore bénéficié de ça.
There are some new staff, they don't get anything. But for those who have been there for long, they get an allowance from the government.
Independence comes. What happens here?
Les Blancs sont partis. La plupart ont trouvé qu'il ne fallait pas rentrer directement à chose. Comme l'INEAC continuait à œuvrer au Rwanda et Burundi, la plupart ont traversé de l'autre côté.
So, unless I'm mistaken, the gentleman just said that cutting-edge research moved to Burundi and elsewhere. The Congolese who remained, their mission all these years later has been to preserve the patrimony that existed.
All this was state-of-the-art back in the 50s when the library was built. But for 20 years, there hasn't been electricity to run the dehumidifiers to keep out the damp.
Through so many wars, through all of these difficulties, he has maintained this facility to an extraordinary degree. Why?
Pour m'avoir maintenu.
Pourquoi? Parce que
c'est ainsi qu'aujourd'hui on m'appelle doyen. On m'appelle doyen à cause de ça parce que si je ne suis pas là, rien ne marchera plus parce que je suis déjà connaisseur de tout cela.
Staff still show up to work and organize, catalog, and write requests for funding. Perhaps to Kinshasa or a central office where someone may or may not ever respond.
He was here pre-independence, yes?
Yeah.
Does he remember the Belgian rule?
Non, là c'était bien, justement. Est-ce que nous on savait qu'il y aurait un changement de vie? Parce que c'était bien, justement. Hein?
No, yeah, he remembers that period of colonial, that was the best time that they were living.
What do you say to someone who suggests that Belgian colonialism might have been the good times? The road home, such as it is. Rotting bridges, makeshift ferries. It's an adventure. Fortunately, ours was a good adventure. The Congo is a place that's always fascinated me. This is a trip I've been wanting to take since I've been writing stories or making television. But what I found was something unexpected. I met a lot of people who, for a long time, have been waiting, hoping for things to get better. A lot more hope here than there's any right to expect. When all is said and done, I wanted to go to the Congo, and I did.